Hello, I'm just doing a little stream here of Astroneer. Show everybody what's going on here. So we've got, start off with your little base. Got your main building and some of these things. Here are some of the resources I've collected. I've made, or no, those all came with it. So I've got my little tethers here. You can use some of the resources to build these oxygen tethers. And so this is a line that you can travel along and not run out of oxygen. Also connects to your main power supply. On the back of your backpack there, you can see the blue bar across the top is your oxygen remaining, and the yellow down the back is your local power in your little in your suit and on your main backpack there. So you can see what that we're all full right now, but the minute we get away from our tether line here, we can see that blue bar, that's my oxygen starting to go down. If I did any local crafting in my backpack, it would consume my local power as well. If you do run out of oxygen, you do die, and start with a new guy immediately, but your backpack drops where you died, and you have to go get it if you want those resources back. It is relatively inexpensive to make these tethers, and you make them in packs of 10. So honestly, it's not too hard to stay alive. You just have to pay a little bit of attention, and although when you're going down, I mean, you do have to make the tethers, and it's really nice to have those tethers so that you can easily find your way while you're out traveling. So there are some caves here that I found, and some cool resources down here. This is the second one I've explored. Sorry, I shouldn't get too bad into that because I could spend hours down in the caves. I had so much fun there in the tutorial. Alright, so just a little bit of the crafting. So we can bring up our backpack, and this is our inventory. These 8 slots you can see here, and if we've got tethers, it shows up over here. I don't know what these power extenders are at the moment. That's just something I found in some debris. So we can see if we wanted to do some mini crafting on our suit. This is what it requires, this is what it makes, so I can use this compound to make a tether bundle. I don't know what oxygen filters are yet. I can make a canister. I would have to have some resin, but a canister, well here, let's just look at this little guy is a research catalog. These are those same things, and we're totally safe while we're in our inventory here as long as we're connected to a tether, as you can see over here. But anyway, these are all the little things we can make, small generators. And it says what we need. We need 1 compound to make a generator, 1 quartz to make a beacon. A beacon is what this is over here. That's my automatic house beacon, but we can place other beacons and make them different colors, things like that. When we do research on things we find out in the wild, we get these bytes, and bytes are used to unlock things like our portable oxygenator. Wow, that's a lot of bytes. To research new things. Let's see. This stuff over here, this is all our local backpack stuff. This stuff over here would require a our larger fabricators to make. You can make a small fabricator, and we start with a medium fabricator at our base. Let's see. But just for some examples here, let's get out of there. We can escape, or we can click the little red thing. But so let's make some tethers. That's a good example. Or you know what? I already have tethers. Let's make a small generator. Well, maybe not. Do I need that? What else can I make? I don't need resin or anything. You know what? I'll use tethers. So let's just make some more tethers. So this isn't actually a separate resource as this. No, maybe it is. Maybe I have 2, and it just puts one there all the time. So we can actually just set our resources down if our backpack gets too full. But we can put them in our backpack there. Just clicking and dragging, and then clicking again. Or no, you don't have to drag. Just click, and then click again to put it in our backpack. If our backpack is off, can click on a thing, and then just drag it to myself and click again. It puts it in my backpack there. If we hit E, it will bring out our our gun where we can deform the landscape or pick up these plants. These will go together and make some resin. Make organics. So as you can see, it's filling up that little dude on the back of there. Once that gets full, now we have a legit, full-on piece of organics to use as resources. Get our gun out. Okay, let's get a bunch of this resin. Awesome. Now I have resin. I can make some stuff out of resin. You can see it fills up here. Let's look and see. Okay, I totally have more compound. That's just what's collected and hasn't gone into the into my inventory yet. So that's cool. So we've got that as well. I mean, if you craft stuff, it'll suck it out of wherever, as long as it's on your person. So that's awesome. Source of resin. Here we see a research item that we can use to get more bytes. However, oh, I'm off my tether. Oh, cool. Holy hell, I'm almost out of oxygen. Alright. Okay, now you see I got into the tether. It's filling up my oxygen supply. But this thing, you can walk around with it picked up this way, but you move real slow. And click it myself, and then I'm holding it. And I can actually hold shift to run. I can hold shift to run anytime, not just while I'm carrying this dude. But I'm going to take this back to my base. I don't have a research pod yet, but that's the next thing I'm working on. So let's get this back here. And then I click, and then click to set it down. And these are some things that I've collected when I research. Wants to get a research pod. I have not encountered any sort of enemies or NPCs of any kind, but I'm having a lot of fun just working with my little base and building stuff. Here we see our fabricator, and we hit F on here. We can look at it, and let's see. So research chamber takes 2 resin and 1 compound. I have those, I think. Oh, I have to put them on the thing. Yeah. Okay. So, escape to get out of that. So we got to put them on there. So you can see them up top, 2 compound and a resin. So let's hit Q to open my inventory here. And they don't have to be specific. Oh, they do. All right, whatever. So we'll put the compound on there, and we'll put our resin on there. Whoop! And let's hit Q to get rid of that backpack and get out of the way here. And then it's ready to go. So I just hit F to turn that on. What are we missing? Oh, power. Escape to get out of that. We gotta hook it up to the main power, so we can click on our main module, and then click again to plug it in. Now, we have to examine, flip up our little switch, and then yes, confirm. Hit escape to get out of that, and now it is printing our research module. That is what I made, right? Hope so. Yeah, research chamber. Let's see. Although, if we were to make some of those generators and hook it up here, this would go faster. Let's do that. So hit Q to go here. How did I make that? Oxygen filters, canister, small generator. So that's cheap, all right. So that's a small generator I'm building. It's going to take a compound, hit this green button, and it's going to make it. See, it's consuming my power, my local power, but I'm hooked up to my tether, so it recharges off the main base here. And so I've made this small generator. Click on this, and just set it down over here. Click again, and it burns organic. You can get rid of that. The small generator burns organic in order to produce power. There's tons of work. So I'll click again to plug this in, and go get some of my organics that I saved up. There are trees all over this place, so I'm not worried at all about that. Alright. Oops. Okay. So hit Q to bring that open. Click. Again. Alright, and now it's automatically running. Now it is running faster with that extra power. I can always hit F to turn this off. Now it's moving slower. Turn it back on, and now it's moving faster. You can see the head moving way faster now that it's plugged into an extra power source. And once it's done, I'm going to turn this off because the generator will just run and burn up all that organics if if you let. Oh, sweet. Okay, so I'll turn that off with F. And now we have our research chamber. We can, if it's in a pack still, we could totally... Oh, that's too big. That's too big for me to put it just in my backpack. But I can... Oh. Yeah, I can. It is big enough for me to carry, just big and heavy, instead of just small and fitting in my backpack. Oh yeah, I also found some batteries, but that was just in some debris. Let's see. Well, let's just put it over here. I don't know how big of a platform I'll need for this. Apparently some of these bigger things need platforms as opposed to just, so like the fabricator. Go ahead and move this fabricator off. Oh, let's unpack this dude. So let's see, hold that to unpack. Alright. Research module. You know what? I have no idea how this works. We'll address this later. It does not seem to need to go onto that. Maybe it's self-contained. Just go on a floor. We'll see. Anyway, I'll deal with that later. Those are the basics of a little Astroneer, and hopefully I will play with some of you soon.